South Bend City Council meeting, March 13th, 2023.
Let's call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everyone. My pen just fell completely apart. All right, we'll leave it like this. Maybe. All right. Oh, thanks. You guys helped me out here. All right. Do we have any items from the public tonight? Okay. So I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda, the consent agenda, and the minutes from February 27th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Everyone is in favor? Any correspondence?
No.
No? Okay. So we're gonna move on to item 6, the proclamation discussion. We brought this up last time we were here, and we, you guys agreed to have us draw up a thing to ban proclamations. But I ran across this, and I hope everyone read it. Did you read it?
Why don't you read it to us?
I will read it then, because I felt like this addressed the concerns that I had with proclamations. I felt like it might be a better option than just an outright ban. So I wanted to discuss it again and give you this opportunity as well. So as whereas the city of South Bend appreciates the opportunity to hear updates from citizen groups or agencies affiliated with the city to report on recent or upcoming community events and activities. And whereas the goal of a proclamation is to honor, to celebrate or create awareness of an event, special occasion, cause, or significant issue. And whereas a proclamation should generally be related to a community benefit or organization or City of South Bend operation. Whereas the city receives numerous requests to present both new and recurring proclamations each and every year. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of South Bend that the following guidelines be established for proclamations. All proclamations must be submitted at least 30 days in advance of the preferred issue date to allow for the approval process and production of the document itself. Proclamations are not automatically renewed each year, but should be requested annually. The mayor's office reserves the right to approve or decline the production of a proclamation request and to edit any drafted material for final wording prior to city council presentation. Each proclamation request must come from a City of South Bend resident and or organization. This includes requests from national or out-of-state organizations. In such instances, a local chapter or office should be associated with the request. Personal proclamations for individuals or businesses will not be placed on a council agenda, but may be requested. If approved, the proclamation will be mailed to the individual who has requested the honor. These proclamations may be read at an event or provided to the recipient. Proclamations should reflect inclusiveness, not exclusiveness, and recognize that the strength of our democracy is our diversity. It must not take sides in matters of political, ideological, or religious controversy or individual convictions. Proclamations must have a citywide significance and demonstrate relevancy to the city of South Bend. That answered all of my concerns. And how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I didn't have any concerns because I figured you would talk it out or we'd talk it out, but I think this, I mean, I don't want to see banning, because what if you want to complain or make, April the employees of the City of South Bend month, to show our, appreciation for them. And so outright ban it.
Well, that's what we agreed to at the last
Well, yeah, I mean,
So,
I kind of got hit with it, and then I started to think about it, and I thought, what are we afraid of? And what proclamations have we ever made besides the Red Cross? Do you remember?
We've done fair housing before. And my concern was that there would be something come of an ideological, a political, religious, or individual conviction matter that would come before us, and we have no policy in place. With everything that's going on in the country right now with the divisions and everything, that's what I was concerned about. And I think this
Yeah.
answers those
Yeah, I mean,
concerns.
you know, you can
Yeah.
concern, but
This
I,
gives us some flexibility to work with them. on
Yes.
Different things, but are we gonna have this looked at by the city's attorney?
We
See.
can, I actually got this, from another large city. This is
Yeah.
part of their policy.
Okay.
And so it's probably been vetted already, would be
I
my
think that's
guess.
a wise choice, cause anytime you
So-
start dealing with religion and all that kind of stuff, you don't
Yeah,
wanna line yourself up for any kind of
No.
lawsuit.
no, we don't. And a concern I also had was that if we, I didn't want to get hit with a discrimination suit.
Right.
That, well, you've approved this one, this one, this one, and you won't approve this one.
That was my concern.
You know,
Yeah,
and that was a
yeah.
big concern I had too.
Yeah.
So I
Which
think this answers that.
in the past, I don't think it was as much of an issue, but nowadays, and even if you research online, you can see where cities are dealing with similar stuff.
They
like
are.
this.
They
So,
are.
It's wise to bring it up.
So if we did get a proclamation, would we maybe use our city attorney to look at that as well before we approve?
It depends on what it was. The latest one, two that I've received have been from the Red Cross and one from the Fair Housing.
Sure.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if
with
they're
either
pretty
of
straightforward,
those.
then not a big deal.
Yeah, and another thing is, I like the fact that this says it has to be relevant to the city of South Bend.
Mhm.
It can't be
Yeah.
a national thing. It needs to be at least a local chapter
Mhm.
that makes the request.
Sure.
I like that it brings it into our hometown.
yeah, I think
Um,
that's the most important
Yeah,
thing. is
this,
that it's
this had a
relevant.
lot of things in here that I liked a lot, which is why I brought it to you.
The portion about the mayor's discretion, what was
Yeah,
that again?
To approve or decline the production of a proclamation request to add in any drafted material for final wording prior to
So
city. It typically, they come to me and then I bring them to the council.
Okay.
So
it
you
would be
can't
a-
decline it, right?
I can, yeah.
If you obviously see.
And
that it's
then if
something
they
that-
disagree with
Okay.
that, they could bring it to the
Okay.
council.
That was my question is that the council will be involved in that decision?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I could bring it to you and say, hey, we had this request and for this reason I've declined it, if you like.
Is it
I
a
can do
mayor's
that.
proclamation or is it a? city's?
Typically, the requests come to the mayor and then we bring them to the council and the council then signs off on the
Right.
proclamation. But the
Okay.
proclamation itself, if it doesn't come already worded, it's my office that's supposed to put it together and
Oh, I
word
see.
it
I
and
see.
bring it then to the council.
Okay, no, that's
So
fine, that's fine.
that's why. Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks,
So
looks good to me.
you guys are happy with this?
Yeah, I don't have a
Okay,
problem
then
with that
this
at
is
all.
what we will bring at the next council meeting for passage.
Okay.
So,
Okay, sounds
okay,
good.
all
Good
right.
job, Mayor.
Yeah.
Good job dodging that bullet.
Yeah,
I'm trying to, think ahead and
yeah,
try and head off issues before they approach. All right, so let's move on. Department head reports, Police Chief Siegel.
I have nothing.
Okay. Supervisor Hauk.
I just have one item. Marine Floats was here last Friday and they secured the new repair to the old dock. So, they're supposed to be back this week and finish up with the plumbing and the electrical on that, so.
Cool.
That's where we're at.
That's been a long time. What has it been? 2 years, three?
At least
3 years? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, actually, the commuting is that's what's nailed us on that, but.
Yeah.
Well, and supplies too. The
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
6 or 8 months has been the electrical. This has taken so long.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
Yep, they're here, and ready to
Yeah.
turn into it, so.
Do we have anything from the clerk's office? Nope. Okay, I have a couple things and one I'm really excited about. I got an email today, well, it actually came over the weekend, but I saw it this morning. From the Joint Pacific, well, it was actually from Rebecca Chafee in regards to an email she had received from the Joint Pacific County Housing Authority saying that they had received confirmation of funding from the Department of Commerce to purchase the Alder House and to renovate it for senior housing. So that is like, yay, awesome. I don't think it's gonna be assisted living, I think just senior
No.
housing.
Senior
So,
housing. They're gonna reconfigure it, because there's a lot of, common areas,
Yes,
which is good, because I'm hoping that the community will use them for play groups, like they did with the Alder House.
mhm, mhm.
And so they're gonna reconfigure, the rooms to make
Yeah,
them,
I figured they would have
make them
to.
bigger, but I
Yeah.
think they're gonna leave the kitchen. And I haven't talked to them yet about making it, as a licensed commercial kitchen for them to rent to all these people that wanna bake bread for the different bakeries and jams and jellies and
They could.
marijuana stuff or whatever. For,
Yeah.
because we don't have a commercial kitchen here.
Yeah.
Anywhere, and so people that are,
But you can do the chamber.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty expensive,
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's what, $50 an hour,
yeah,
something like that, yeah.
takes a bite out of your 29-cent.
It does,
cookie.
yeah, it does.
But anyway, yeah, it's very exciting. That came up because of the Department of Commerce had special funds for seniors and people with disabilities. So we talked about using it for, mental health patients or people and disabled. And we figured that right now that the seniors, what we're heading into, we got a lot of people that are gonna get kind of old here pretty quick, and so, yeah, my only concern now is if there's no hospital across the street,
Yeah,
what's gonna happen to that building, but I'm sure we'll find something to do with it.
yeah, I can't imagine it's gonna sit empty forever, and in reality, we're still probably several years away from the hospital. I mean, they've got to engineer, break ground, and,
Yeah,
find funding, and there's a lot has to happen between now and a new
Yeah,
hospital
a
and
lot.
that new
Yeah.
location, so it's gonna be several years down the pike before that happens, and hopefully they would have, an interested party that would just kind of morph right in. I'm sure there'll be some lag time, but it would be nice.
it'd make a good, alcohol drug recovery.
It absolutely would,
You know,
yeah, I agree. with you
plus if
there.
they get the Alder House back up, the fire alarm will get pulled again, and it'll give you
They have
guys.
their own security.
Yes, yes. I agree
Yeah,
with
that
you
would
there.
have to be
Yeah,
number one, gated and secure.
yeah,
Another thing
Anyway,
you gotta remember about that hospital though, even if they do build a new hospital, that old hospital might be a hard sell because it depends on, it's so old about like the asbestos and all that kind of stuff in it.
mhm,
That's gonna be the big concern as far as selling that building,
yeah,
I would think.
yeah,
So anyway,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, that was everything I had. So let's move on to public comments regarding our current agenda item. Does anyone wish to say anything from the public? I don't see anybody. Okay, so let's move on to council comments. Counselor Peiken,
I'm good.
Counselor Mammal.
It was just very, cool to see how much support was at the Guns N' Roses game the other night.
It was.
I went
yes.
down 30 minutes early thinking, cause I don't like to go to games and stuff.
Yeah.
Late, I get there and there was like nowhere to park. It was just, the community support for that was just, it blew my mind. I mean,
Yeah.
that gym was packed.
It was.
And it was a blast. It was a lot
I
of fun.
stood outside for 10
Yeah.
minutes just to get in the.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the firefighters won for the first time. Just saying.
All right, Counselor Davis.
were you out there, Chief?
No, I don't play basketball.
Well,
Well.
maybe some of the other ones didn't either.
Yeah.
Were they all good players?
The law guys,
All of them.
no, they were, yeah,
There was a lot of
Fire had a good team this year.
There's a lot of young guys that come in.
Yeah, they had some ballers. that's for
Yeah,
sure.
they
The
did.
police all have really good talent.
Yeah, they do,
Yeah,
they do,
yeah,
and this was the first year that Fire won, so you guys were. Fire was due. They were due for a win.
My son let me know that he's been undefeated. He was on the law side every year. He was on the
Yeah.
side.
oh, he's the tipping,
His team,
he's the tipping point.
his team may have been undefeated, but I was watching him run by the rest of his team saying, you want in?
Yeah.
You would want now.
wasted. They called him at 2 o'clock and said, we need players, so he went and
Oh,
played,
wow.
but
It was just
yeah,
fun.
he's
It was
not in
fun.
the kind of shape he's been in the past. It was a fun night, though, yeah. All right, Counselor Williams.
Just gonna tell Lucas, reading those, your, message that you put out about all those bills. That's always interesting to me. Cause I don't go online usually and look those up, but it was really neat to read through them. It's kind of, you kind of capped what they were about. So that was really cool. I was glad to have those.
I agree, that's good.
All right, do we have any future agenda topics? All right, thank you everyone for attending. Meeting is adjourned.